Hey everyone, this is Nic LaRue with FilmSnobbery. I am here at the South Georgia Film Festival here at Valdosta, VSU. Beautiful campus on what was a beautiful day. It's starting to get a little dark out there. I think it's supposed to rain later tonight. But we're dry inside and we are here interviewing folks, filmmakers, and I have one in front of me. Who am I with here today?
Constantin Strother.
And what movie are you here with?
Hunger to Win.
Hunger to Win. All right. So the great thing is that you have a movie. It's here at the film festival. The folks who are going to listen to this, they're not at the film festival yet. All right. They're not here. Tell them a little bit about what your movie's about.
So Hunger to Win is this mockumentary about these two guys at their local high school who run a Hungry Hippos club, and they have to compete in the local championship.
That's funny. What made you decide to do like the mockumentary style?
Well, I think it leads to, I guess, more starkness in its reality, which is juxtaposed with this absurd obsession these kids have with this stupid little board game. Yeah. So, yeah, that's where the mockumentary angle comes into play.
When you were in the process of making it, looking at it from like a cinematography standpoint or something like that, would you look at it like, oh, you know what, I like what Christopher Guest did in like The Mighty Wind, or in that was that one that they were at the dog championship, which I cannot remember the name of course, but would you look at something like that, or obviously like what's the big rock band mockumentary, oh my god, Spinal Tap, this is Spinal Tap, or something like that, where you kind of look at those as like, okay, I want it to kind of look like this, or did you already have kind of your own ideas?
We kind of had our own ideas beforehand. My friend who wrote the film, who wrote part of the script, and he came up with the idea, and we made actually a version of it a year before, which is a bit more rocky in terms of its actual filmmaking. We did not have our equipment wasn't quite up to par as it is now, and yeah, but there was a lot to improve on, so we just kind of, I guess, remade it. So yeah.
Hey, you know what? You look at the first episode of South Park. You look at like the first pilot episodes of like South Park. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, stuff like that. All of them look rough. And hey, they went on to do really well later. So, I like the idea though of like iteration. Like you recognize like this could be better, and you just waited and invested time and maybe even a little money. I don't know, but and you got something better out of it. That's actually really good. What made this festival something that you were like, you know what, I want to apply to this festival. I want to submit to this festival.
Well, so as a young filmmaker, I kind of discovered what Film Freeway was, and I went a little crazy, just submitting to as many festivals as I can. And so obviously I wanted to do some festivals in Georgia, and this was one of them, so I submitted to that one.
Because you're over at you're in Savannah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Savannah, obviously very fantastic film program over at SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. Thank you. It blanked for like a second. You can tell I've been doing this all day long. Like my brain is just putty at this point. Fantastic. Our arts college there has a fantastic film program as well. I have friends that have gone there. But you you're about to blaze off and trade, on your own path here. So you're a high school student. You're probably one of the younger people that I've interviewed in 16 years. I think the youngest I've interviewed that wasn't an actor, like a director, right? Like actors I've literally have interviewed like a 4-year-old. But, as a director, I think maybe a freshman might have been like the youngest I've done. Maybe. How long have you wanted to be a filmmaker?
Shoot, long. Maybe since I was about 8 or 7, and I remember discovering why I wanted to become a filmmaker. I was at my cousin's house in Massachusetts, and they showed me this app called iMovie, and I remember I was in awe because the way they just took these separate videos and spliced them together, it was like alchemy to me, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. It clicked That's what,
No, that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, I similarly very at a young age, same thing. You know, I always knew that, movies were this thing I wanted to be a part of, and I just had to find out what my part is with it. That's fantastic that, you were able to do that. And also the tools being, you kind of grew up with them in it to some degree now. Those tools are so available. I see a lot of younger filmmakers able to do a lot more faster than what it took some of the content folks that are my contemporaries coming up and stuff like that doing, which is fantastic. That just means you have to write better stuff, because if you're going to be churning out all that stuff, it's just got to be better. But also I like a lot of the stories I've been seeing coming out of high school and college kids lately too. It's very imaginative, and I think it has to do with the times we live in now. Like I think there's a lot of like, okay, I got to get that story out there. What kind of stories do you want to tell? Like overall, like what if you had to? I don't want you to niche yourself as a filmmaker this young, but like what kind of things appeal to you? Obviously, a little bit of comedy.
well, there's comedy, but I'm a really big fan of like slow cinema, slow minimalist cinema. I'm a really big fan of filmmakers like Andrei Tarkovsky, Abbas Kiarostami. I just love that kind of filmmaking, slice of life, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of where I want to direct my stuff later.
I know that especially these days, again, economy and all that, the arts is a tough sell for a lot of people as a career long term. But how are your parents supportive of it? Were they, because you're about to go off to college in the near future? Have you been like, I think I want to work in the film industry, and and were your parents like, what, it'll be rough going or won't or whatever, and we're happy, have a good time.
I am super lucky in that regard, in that ever since I was 8 and I told my parents I want to become a filmmaker, they were super supportive. And I think that was because they knew I probably couldn't do anything else. So, yeah, I've been super lucky to have super supportive parents all the way through. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you couldn't do anything else. You walked in the room, and I'm like, "Hello, you're a very tall man," and I was like, "Well, there's always basketball. You'll probably get on that NYU. I don't know if NYU has a college basketball team, but I think I just found your forward. But is that even a thing? I don't see. I'm not a sports guy. I'm more hockey. If I was a sports guy of any sort, it would be hockey. But that's just my northeastern upbringing talking there. What plans do you have for future film festivals? I know you said you went on a whole film freeway spree, filled up that cart. But what are you accepted to any other festivals you're gonna take this to?
Shoot, at the moment, I'm not sure what other festivals I'm accepted into. I'd have to check, but I was accepted into the All American High School Film Festival, which is like the biggest high school film festival in the U.S., I'm pretty sure. And I saw Hunger to Win there, and I was really happy about it because it got a really good reaction out of the audience. Festival, yeah.
When you look at your, when you see an audience watch your movie, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel amazing, especially when they respond to it well. It gives all the hours of, it validates all the hours of blood, sweat, and tears that I put into my film. So.
Have your friends been very supportive of it as well? I mean, I'm assuming, did you make the movie with mostly your friends or kids from school, or is it more, did you actually go out and do like actual like casting?
No, it was definitely my friend and I basically wrote the script. I directed the film. But yeah, it was my friend and I, and then we got kids from our school to help us out. But yeah.
And again, kids supportive, like they it's pretty much just like, yeah, we want to be in a movie. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Or or is it kids being kids and being a little more like, oh, you're making a movie. What do you think? You're better than me? I don't know. That again, that's more northeastern. That's probably not. That's not the gentle South, as it were.
So my high school is Savannah Arts Academy. So we have a film department, and it's a pretty good film department. So I'm pretty lucky that it's pretty easy to get access to people who know what they're doing in terms of, filmmaking, like camera, lights, etc. And also we have a theater department, so easy access to actors, even though me and my friend acted in this particular movie. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you have other scripts and ideas ready to go as well, for whether it's for future school projects or for like, do you have the thing that you've already started writing where it's like, when I get done with high school, college, whatever, like this is the movie I want to make, that you're already kind of in your head or on paper already started?
Yeah. In terms of films in high school, my friend and I are making this comedy detective duo movie, in which is we're filming right now, and then we're also filming this election movie that takes place in a high school. So we're doing those two movies. In terms of films, I have in mind to do like after high school and college. I do have one movie in mind, like I guess I would call it my dream movie. So, yeah. Should I go further into that or?
No, you're good, man. Yeah, yeah. You want to save it for them. Yeah, exactly. Don't pitch that to me. No, no, you don't want to do that one. No, I absolutely agree with that. Are you active on, in kind of like the that fringe kind of film industry thing? Like, are you on Letterboxd? Do you talk about film on social media, stuff like that, with other filmmakers, or are you kind of active in that community?
It's somewhat. I have a personal Letterboxd account, which I do casual reviews. I just mainly follow my friends on there. Hunger Twin is on Letterboxd, so if you watch it and rate it, please do. I guess our my friend and I's, I guess, production company, putting air quotes around that, Josta Productions, is active on Instagram. So yeah.
That's fantastic. And again, yeah, you see. Here's the thing: it is a production company. You are producing things. You maybe just don't have the LLC set up yet. And honestly, super simple. It just costs money, but super simple. That is fantastic. No, I love speaking to people. It makes me feel awkward because I'm getting older, and every time I talk to someone your age, it just reminds me so freaking old I feel. But at the same time, like, I just love, because I'm hoping that and I was just speaking with someone right before you, and we were talking about folks that I started out with 10, 15 years ago, and that how so many of them are no longer making movies or in the industry anymore. And it's great though, because I do see and meet new folks like yourself, and I'm like, it's cool. There's more people. Like, they're coming. We just have to, we just have to welcome you into the community and show you kind of, okay, this is the lay of the land, and you're going to, your film school, and it's going to be, you're going to learn a lot there, and you're going to make all your whole new friends of film students, and have that community and all that. And then pretty soon you'll be joining the community at large. You're already here at VSU at the South Georgia Film Festival. So that's good. It's fantastic. Pretty soon we'll see you at South by, we'll see you at Sundance or Slam Dance, or, one of those, or, Toronto. It'll be fantastic. So, as much as, like I said, I sit here and I say, like, oh, it makes me feel old. Speaking with folks like yourself, who are so earnestly into making movies, makes me feel hopeful that, like, if I stick it out in the job for a little while longer, I'll get to watch something cool and and new, and with a fresh take on it. So I appreciate you sitting down with me and talking with me about this kind of stuff, making me feel old but also good at the same time.
Thank you for interviewing me. It means a lot.